My name is Derek Banks. I'm with iLi Academy. I actually am the CEO and founder of the company. So I kind of wanted to do a quick Q&A for individuals who have questions about trading Forex, individuals who may kind of be on the fence about it, or maybe you've kind of heard about it, but you don't really know exactly, how to get started, or you don't have the knowledge to actually trade and feel comfortable. So I wanted to kind of put something together so that we could, just answer some of those questions for you. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of a presentation. It won't go on too long, and then it'll lead us kind of into our question and answer session. So this is once again iLi Academy, and one of the things that we recognize currently today is that people need money. Everybody knows that the vast majority of people either work for a living or they're doing something to actually bring income into the home. But for a lot of people, working a regular secular 9 to 5 job or working their career is not actually just working out for them. So it's actually seems like it's getting tougher and tougher every single day. We look at the statistic now is 60% of Americans have less than $1,000 in a saving account. So, in the world's greatest economy, the vast majority of people are really actually suffering. So that's one of the things that we see. That's a really a hard reality, kind of a harsh reality that we see currently. So we have to figure out something to change that because that can't go on, especially if you can't meet emergencies and you can't take care of your day-to-day expenses. So we earn money, though. I mean, we have a great opportunity here in the United States. For those of you that are joining us from the United States, we have a great opportunity here to make money, but we also have a lot of money that goes out the door. So if you look at this graphic here, the numbers, I've been informed that the numbers are not quite right, especially the daycare number from some of my students. They've kind of told me, hey, that daycare number doesn't look good. It actually needs to be larger than that. So but if you really broke it down, you took your paycheck and you broke it down. You've got your rent and your mortgage. You may be paying a car payment. You may be paying more than one. You got things that go along with that, like maintenance and car insurance and all that stuff. You have a cell phone bill. Those of you with children know that daycare is astronomically expensive as well. You've got to have health insurance, you've got to have food, you do need clothes, and somewhere at the very end, you may or may not be able to have savings. A lot of people end up the month pretty much negative, or the balance of everything kind of goes onto their credit card at the end of the month just to slide by. So that's an issue that we face, and that's one of the reasons why 60% of Americans have less than less than $1,000 in their savings account. And the overwhelming idea, I think, and the overwhelming attitude that I see a lot of times is people kind of throw up their hands and say that's just life. So, they go to their job every single day. They work 8 or 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours, and they kind of slave away at that. They'll work 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week, or they're working separate secondary jobs as well. And all they're really trying to do is make their bills. Um, and then what do they do when they get home? They're tired, so they really don't have time to um you know to really get into anything else as far as work wise or something. They feel like they don't have time to make more money, so what do? They watch TV and they kind of fall asleep and then just kind of wake up and do it all over again. So the question though that we had though is, can you really afford not to make a change? So it's not whether you can afford to make a change, but can you afford not to at this point? Is this the life that you really want? Here's a saying that, has been around for quite a while. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you will keep getting what you've been getting. So nothing changes until you actually change. And so that's kind of what iLi Academy is about, actually getting people to kind of see that, there is the opportunity for change. But there's a lot of challenges that people face when they look at making that change. And these are the obstacles that kind of, are put in front of them, and they don't necessarily feel like they're able to overcome those obstacles. So it might be a situation where there's not enough income coming into the house. There's already not enough income. So how do you take even what you don't have and actually put that into investment or start a business when you don't have any income whatsoever, or when you don't have enough coming in to even take care of the bills that you currently have? You might have no support. You might have family members or individuals who might mock you for trying to start a new business or trying to, better your life. You might have friends and people that don't give you a whole lot of support in that, and there may not be, like I said, money to support your dreams. You might have a lot of debt currently. We know student loan debt is out of control at this point. So you might have a lot of debt, and that's kind of, holding you back at this level. So those are obstacles that you might face. The other one is time, like we talked about, individuals going out and working jobs. Maybe one job from 9 to 5 and another job from 6 to 12 or something. Just trying to make ends meet. And there are individuals who are actually doing even more than that. And so just time becomes a real factor. So those are the challenges and the hurdles that we looked at when kind of developing iLi Academy, and just seeing how we can actually take all of those challenges and find a way to kind of meet those challenges. So the idea is that we're going to actually help you change your life. And there's kind of a blueprint to that. The first thing we have to do is recognize what the challenges are. We just kind of talked about a few of those really briefly. And then as a person, you have to decide that you want to make a change, because nothing moves until you move. So when you decide that you want to make that change, then you have to kind of go to the next step, which is to kind of work every day at your change and be persistent with it. It takes a lot. If you have those challenges, if you don't have enough income, or if you don't have a lot of time, it's going to take a lot for you to kind of carve out some time to kind of work on your business as you go. So we definitely understand that, and iLi Academy is built for individuals who are in that situation. And the fourth level would be invest in yourself. You may have to just kind of bite the bullet a little bit and just say, hey, you know what? I need to invest in myself. I need to grow my income. And once you do that and you learn how, especially through the iLi Academy program, learning how to trade Forex, it's something that you can invest in for yourself, but then you can also invest some time in helping others learn as well. And the way that we set up our program is so that you can actually earn from that. Let's go ahead and answer some questions. Let's kind of answer some questions. There's three pretty much main parts that we kind of came up with here that I think people are very interested in. The first one is money. We need to talk about money because that's, you kind of do these presentations sometimes, and you get all the way to the end and you find out you can't afford it anyway. So, we're going to talk about money, and we're going to talk about that first to kind of put it in perspective for you so that you can start thinking about what money's involved. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the actual education itself. What do you actually get for your money? What's the value that you get for your money? And then we're going to talk about the tools that are provided as well. So all of those things are going to be vastly important to you. So let's jump right in. How much money do I need to get started? This is a great question. There are people that are going to have disposable income that they can put into a trading account. It could be $1,000. It could be, $5,000 or $10,000. You'd be surprised the amount of money people really have that's just disposable to them. But then there are those at the lower end of the spectrum too, who may not have a whole lot. So we looked at that, and we do have a strategy that we can help you with. And you can start with an initial deposit of as low as $100. Now, you're not going to get rich off of $100, but you're going to at least start growing your income. It's going to allow you to start earning. It's going to allow you to start trading and actually practicing what it is that you've learned. And we expect at that $100 level that you would commit to, maybe if you can do 20 bucks or 30 bucks every couple of weeks, or even if it's every month or so, just start to add to that. You want to add to it and eventually get to somewhere between 500 and $1,000, and you're going to be fine. Even lower than that, 250 to $400, you're going to see a big difference than what you're trading, what you're able to trade with $100. But we can actually set you up into a position where you're going to be able to start with that amount. You don't have to worry so much about burning it or losing it. What we would say, like I said, if you have $20 or $30 spare that you can kind of just keep around just in case you do need to deposit it into the account, that's a good thing. But most of the time, you may not even need that right away. So $100 to kind of get started. That doesn't go to me. That goes to your trading account. So that's what you're going to be using to actually start trading in the Forex market. Now, your first 30 days is going to be free. And then you pay one of three price levels. We have three service levels. We have a $50 level, we have a $75 level, and then we have a $100 level. So at the gold level at $50, we wanted to build a level where there's no recruiting involved. You're just a person who wants to come in, learn how to trade, and just trade. Simply do that. That's the level for you. If you wanted us to add a second service, which is going to be the VPS service, where you're running the automated trade manager 24/7, basically on one of our computers, one of our servers, then you would move up to that $75 level. You're going to figure out why that's important soon, because in the way that we trade, in the way that we teach you, we do have an automated trade manager that's going to manage your trades for you. That's a great service, because then you don't have to actually keep your computer running all night long or all day long. You can actually shut your computer down, and your account is actually running on our VPS server. So that's a little added feature for the $75. That's why it's $25 more. And then my goal is, once I get into Brazil, is to actually build a team of individuals who are actually monitoring those accounts, making sure that the trade manager is doing what it should be doing. They're looking over your account, and then they can kind of contact you, or, we'll contact you via email or something, say, hey, listen, this is the situation that your account's in. We want to be able to help you maintain the account. At the $100 level, that is our diamond level, our diamond service level. And that does allow you to actually build a team under yourself. So we're not saying that you have to come in and tell anybody about iLi Academy. You don't have to do that. But for some of you, you're going to recognize the opportunity to actually build a small team under yourself. And you're actually going to get the ability to get paid 7 levels down into your team. It can be wide as it wants to be, but you're going to get paid 7 levels down. And it's going to help you pay your fee, even though you're paying, say, the $100 a month. Your team can actually end up paying that for you, and then you're actually getting your service basically for free. And some people beneath you will do the same. So we'll definitely, you do pay your fee for the month, but at the same time, what you're getting in return as a second sort of income, source of income, in addition to your trading, is going to be your recurring commissions on a monthly basis for your team. So that's an added feature, and that's why it's a little more expensive. There's a little bit more setup. So there is, typically it's $199 to set that up, but I'm doing a deal right now where you're actually getting in at the diamond level for $100, or I think it's $99 for the setup, which is half. And then it's only $50 for it a month as an introductory offer. So that's kind of something that we're doing at this current time. So as far as money goes, that's where you need to be, at least $100 or more to put into your trading account. And then you're going to need to pay, you're going to get your first 30 days free, and then you pay your service level fee for the month. Now, what about education? Let's talk about that. First, what is the Forex market? Well, the Forex market is a $5.1 trillion a day industry. It's larger than the stock market, the New York Stock Exchange anyway. There's a huge, huge, huge amount of money that changes hands on a daily basis. You have to think about governments, and you think about national corporations who are selling equipment and supplies and goods overseas. They're not getting paid necessarily in US dollars, or they're not getting paid in euro. They might be paid in Chinese yuan. They might be paid in Japanese yen. So someone has to actually, there's at some point that money has to be converted back to, say, US dollars. So that exchange of money is happening all over the world, and through all of these large banks, this money is moving around according to what needs to be done. So it's a very, very huge market. And so, if you've never really heard of the Forex market, it's happening all around you. But you probably just never really think about it that way, because the only time we really deal with it is, say we go on vacation, like I'm headed to Brazil, I'm headed to Rio here in another week. When you're on vacation, you might take your US dollars and you trade them in for the Brazilian real. And you get an exchange rate. And so you exchange it either in an airport, which I don't recommend, or you can exchange it in an exchange house, and you're changing your money so that you can actually spend money in their currency, on the street, in their shops, to get dinner, to take care of little things that you need to take care of. So that's how we normally interact with it, but we don't really think about it as a market that's actually rates that are fluctuating, every single day, every single second of every day, from Sunday at 5, in the evening, until Friday at 5 in the evening. It's 24 hours a day during that time, because money is moving, and it's moving all around the world, and we trade currencies from all around the world. So that's something that you're going to learn. Now, part of the education is psychological. We have to deal with the psychological effects of trading, because that's where you win or you lose. So what we do at iLi Academy is teach you to be 100% confident in the trades that you place. Every single trade, you should have confidence in what you've actually just executed. And if you don't have that, then you second guess, and you're not sure whether you should be in the position or not. And people tend to get out, and they tend to lose money that way. But if you know exactly why you got into your trade each and every time you get into a trade, then you're not going to have an issue, because you're going to understand why you got into the trade. You're going to understand that you need to be patient, and that's something that we teach. You're also going to learn how not to ever burn your account. Now, the worst word you can have in Forex is liquidation, and you don't want to lose all your money that way. But the way that we set you up, and we teach you how to set up with the correct broker, which is important, with the correct leverage, and with the correct sizing of your trades, you never have to burn your account. It'd be extremely rare for anybody to ever burn their account with what we teach you. So you don't have to worry about, even if you started with $100, and like I said, if you're able to maintain it with $20 or $30 here or there, you don't ever have to really worry about losing your initial investment. It's going to come, and then you're gaining money on top of that, but you don't have to worry about losing it. Now, you might have some positions that we're waiting on, and we're being a little patient with, but you're not going to be in a situation where you're going to burn your account. And if you do come to that point, we can help you kind of get around that situation so you never lose your full investment. You might take a loss trade here or there. Most of the time, we're not really into taking losses. If the market takes our money, then fine. But we're not into taking losses so much. We're definitely into profits with iLi Academy. So we're going to teach you how not to ever burn your account. So that's something that you're not really going to get in a lot of places. Oops, I went backwards. Okay, so, and what else do we get as far as our education? You're going to get to learn the trading terminology so that you're a professional. That's extremely important, because if you don't have the terminology, you don't sound professional to someone, and then you're not going to understand when we're on our live classes. So we do provide a 24/7 online course that you can take. in your spare time, I would say that's like the first step. We're going to talk about that a little later. That's kind of the first step. Get in, start taking those classes so that you understand the terminology. Think about going to dinner and you're sitting at the table with, say, 4 or 5 doctors. If you're sitting at the table with them, there's probably so far that you can go as a person that's not a doctor in the conversation with them. But then think about the terminology that they might use and how you might not necessarily understand everything they're talking about because it's not your profession. Well, that's how it is with Forex too. You want to know the terminology so that you can actually call yourself a professional. You want to be able to actually have a conversation with somebody who is a professional and they respect you. And that's what I'm trying to give you with iLi Academy, so that when we're dealing with this, we're dealing with this in a professional manner. You guys are going to be able to say, hey, I am a professional trader. I know the terminology, I know the lingo, and I understand the order types and the different pieces and parts and the margins and the leverages. I understand what all of that is. Because a lot of traders get started, they don't know what they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the terminology, and you talk to them and they're asking questions, but they don't even know how to ask the question because they don't have the terminology. No one's ever taught them, and they're paying a lot of money every month to somebody who's supposedly educating them. You're also going to learn simple but powerful strategies. Strategy is the one thing that everybody, loves in the very beginning. Everybody's looking for, well, what's your strategy? What is it that you do? And if you look online, you're going to see all over the internet, which I don't recommend, especially for newbie traders. You're going to see people with all types of different strategies. They're going to tell you all the reasons why this works. And you never know because they've been doing it for like 2 weeks and it worked out for them a couple of times. And now they're out teaching you and selling you courses. um we don't do that. So we're one thing about trading is it can be very, very simple. And the simpler it is, the more you can get on with your life, the more time that you have. Remember, we talked about people not having time, because they're working jobs, they have children, they have families, they have things that they need to do. So the faster you can get in and get out, set up your trades and have our system kind of just manage what you've set up, the better it is for you. So I design strategies that are extremely simple so that it's not something that you have to guess about. It's something you can get in, you can do all of your orders inside of 15 or 20 minutes across 20 different pairs. You can kind of set it up and you're good to go. That 15, 20 minutes, you're done, and you move on to the next thing that you need to move on to. But the strategies are also going to be powerful because they're going to put you in position to be profitable in your account. The other thing is the education that we give you, you're going to be able to begin trading quickly. 4 or 5 sessions, you should be ready to go. You should be able to take trades. If you're on our live trades and you've done your classes and you're on the live trading classes and listening, you should be able to draw in your Fibonacci's and be able to place your orders. That's where we want it. We want you to get going quickly, because if you're paying us fees, I don't want you just paying out of pocket. I want you starting to see your money grow in your account. I want you to be able to see that the money is, that what you're spending with us is worth it to you. If you're starting at $100, probably not going to make a whole lot, but you're going to see your money grow, and it's going to encourage you to say, oh, wait a minute, maybe I should put in 200, or maybe I should put in another 300. So you're going to start to see it. That's why we want you to start trading quickly. This is not something where you're going to be trading in 6 months. This is something where inside of 30 days, you could really be trading. So that's kind of the education portion of it. Let's talk a little bit about the tools really quickly. The tools that you're going to have is no cost charting software. So if you've never been in, never actually traded Forex, you may not know, but you can get softwares for free. Your broker will provide that for you. So with the MT4 MetaTrader 4 software that you're going to be trading with, doesn't cost you anything. So that's cool. And that's why Forex is kind of a great market, because it doesn't cost you any money really to get started, except for your deposit. So the software is going to be free. You're going to get the live and self-directed online classes as well. So that's a tool too. So you have professional guidance from myself. And eventually those of you who go on to, to trade very well and like our system and can teach our system, we're going to set it up where you have the opportunity to actually be able to teach and run your little groups as well. So you have that. And then you have the fully automated trade manager. So we talked about that too. At that, that platinum level or above, you get that. Well, no, actually, we give that to you too at the gold level as well. It's just not on the VPS. But you get the fully automated trade manager, which is going to manage your trade for you. So what is it going to do? You're going to actually, maybe draw your Fibonacci's or so. Then you're going to actually set up the trade orders. Once you've done that, you're totally hands off until that trade comes off in a profit. You don't have to do anything more but let your account run. Now, if the market kind of goes away or something like that, you might have to just delete a trade that you set up that's no longer valid. But that's about it. Once that trade actually triggers, you don't have to touch it. It's going to, our trade manager is going to manage that trade. As you become more profitable, it's going to continue to move your stop loss so that you're actually protecting your profits. And then it's going to exit the trade when that stop loss is hit. So that's going to be built in for you. So iLi Academy is really, really simple. It's basically you sign up with us on our site, iliacademy.com. You start to take your online classes. You attend some of the live shows. If your live account is not open, you open that, and we can help you with that. And then you begin trading. And you trade, and then you continue to attend the live shows and all that. So that you get more knowledge and you learn more strategy and you learn how to deal with the psychological aspects of it. And then if you desire, no one says you have to, but if you desire and you want to build a team, then you can build a team and get paid for it. So, that's kind of the iLi Academy opportunity that's out there. So I want to kind of go into our questions and answers. If anybody out there has questions that are concerns or anything like that, feel free to raise your hand. I think there should be a button if you're on your phone down in the bottom of your phone on the right hand side. Normally there's a more button. If you click that more menu, it'll say raise hand. If you raise your hand, you can definitely either type or ask a question. It is we can take audio questions too. I'll just need to unmute myself at some point. But you can go ahead and raise your hand if you do have a question, and let me know what you think, or type your question, and we can actually go ahead and just give you some some insight into what we're doing and why this is a great opportunity. Now we also have this is our website. So until we get some of that kind of going on, this is our website here. Let me cancel that. All right, so this is our website. It's iliacademy.com. Here we've got a bunch of things on the menu. It'll tell you how to join here. It also has a blog on it. It also leads you to iLi Wellness, which is another portion of our business that we're building, something that deals with the psychological aspects and the physical aspects of being well. We do have our Learn to Trade menu here, which takes you to our self-directed trading. We'll have things like our 1-minute trade ideas, where you'll be able to get a trade idea pretty quickly. Those are trades, though, that you have to kind of be right on top of it and be ready to actually go when it happens. We do have a calendar with the live classes. We have chart analysis that you'll be able to see all the different charts for the long-term analysis, so you can kind of get an idea where things are going, so you know which direction to trade in. We've got the iLi Academy strategy page, which kind of lists out like 3 or 4 different strategies we use. We have an economic calendar where you can check out the fundamentals as well on a weekly basis or a daily basis, just to find out what news is coming out that might affect your trading. And we do have the Forex heat map, which is another nice little tool. Our service levels are listed here. Go ahead and get to that page. It does show our gold level, our platinum level, and our diamond level service levels, and kind of what you get at those levels. Like I did discuss here, this diamond level is what's on sale right now. We do have a great promotion going on. If you use the code iLi50, that's iLi50 at checkout, you're going to get the diamond level at $99 to start. So it's $100 off. And then for the life of your time with us, you'll only pay $50 a month. So you'll be paying the gold level, but you'll get the diamond level, which is going to actually allow you to actually build your team. Because we do need to build our business at this point. So there is the affiliate login and all that stuff, which goes along with you individuals who will be building your teams. And then we have our student dashboard. We do have a shop where you can buy a iLi Academy t-shirt, things like that too. So it's really kind of cool. This whole site, I actually kind of built it myself. Not kind of, I did, and just kind of put everything together. So there's a few little things that we'll adjust on it cosmetically, but other than that, it's really ready to go for you. We're ready for you to join us today. And we have students that are currently with us that are enjoying the program and the platform. We do have the wellness side. I'll kind of skip over that really quickly here, just to let you kind of see it. Let's see, why is it not going here? There we go. This is the iLi wellness site. We do have mental wellness, physical wellness, and financial wellness. Those are topics that we'll cover. Something that's kind of in development. It's only a couple of months old, but there's a lot of material that's there that we're working on. So this is kind of where we are. Thought we might have some more questions going on. You guys do have my Instagram at iLi Academy, and you have hopefully our email address. I'll give you that, info@iliacademy.com. You have the website here, iliacademy.com as well. So if you need to get in touch with me, definitely feel free to do so. I'm here. I will be in Brazil at the end of next week. So, things will change for me just location wise, but our company stands for income location independent. So I'm not going to tell you that you can be income location independent and not live that life. So I'm actually going to be living independently. My income is going to follow me through my trading and also through iLi Academy and through some other things that I'm working on that will follow me as well to Brazil and wherever else I might end up in the world. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I don't think that we had any hands raised just yet for questions, but this is going to be recorded. So I'll definitely try to put this in a place where everybody can kind of have access to it and you can kind of go over it in your own spare time. So I do appreciate your time. I definitely hope that we've been able to impart some good knowledge to you. You kind of have an idea of what we're doing as far as iLi Academy goes. I'd love to have you on board. If there's anything that's stopping you, if there's anything that you have a hurdle, you have a challenge, you have something that's just not going to work out for you at the current moment, but you feel like, you might need just some help to kind of get over that hump, talk to me about it. I didn't join someone else's company because I wanted to be in control of situations where individuals really need something, and sometimes it's inflexible when you're dealing with other companies, but I wanted to be flexible enough to be able to assist people who need a different little push, or you need a different kind of deal, or you're bringing several people with you and maybe we need to do something specific for you guys. Talk to me about it. If we can do it, we can do it. If we can't, we can't. But at least talk to me about it and let's see what we can do. But I think you're going to find that we're extremely competitive price-wise. I think I underpriced it almost compared to what's out there in the market currently. I mean, people are getting a couple $100s a month for subscriptions for Forex trading. I just wanted to make it really, really accessible to, the mass majority of people. So I do appreciate your time. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Once again, my name is Derek Banks, and I'm with iLi Academy. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.